to find the coordinates, right? Because you have used the property that diagonals bisect each other. But that is true for, square also, that is true for rectangle also. So how will you prove that it's a rhombus, right? So
Yes,
basically
ma'am.
you have to show that the length of the diagonal is not equal, not the coordinates, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, that's the only so basically the diagonals AC should not be equal to your diagonal BD, that you have to show. So this was the only mistake, rest was fine. Okay, now come to Rida. Okay, Rida, can you check? Okay, do you have the solution with you, Rida?
Yes, ma'am.
Just a minute. Okay, open question number 2.
Okay, ma'am.
It's not on my WhatsApp. I mean, yeah, it's here. Yeah, question number 2, Rida. The answer is fine, but there's a mistake. See, you are writing y plus 9 into y minus 3 is equal to 0, right? As you can see, right? See,
Yes.
this is step fourth last step. Okay, then you are writing y plus 9 comma y is equal to minus 9, and then you are writing y minus 3 comma y is equal to plus 3, and then y is equal to 3 and minus 9. I mean, your answer is correct, but the way of writing is not correct. Okay, this is wrong. Basically what we are doing is, now try to understand. First of all, don't write. Now after this step, actually what we do it one time, what we do is we take one of the bracket in the denominator. So I take 1 y plus 9 is equal to 0 upon y minus of 3, correct? So that becomes y plus 9 is equal to 0. So this is one of the possibility that y plus 9 is equal to 0. Or I can take this bracket, like I can keep y minus 3 here, and I can take y plus 9 bracket in the denominator. So I get y minus 3 is equal to 0. So these are the two equations I'm getting. I mean, this is not equation. How can you solve it? You don't have an equal to sign here. How then in the next step, how you are putting an equal to sign? Getting the point?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, you should have something equal to, then only you can take the 9 on the other side. So this is not the way of writing. You will write here that from here, like you will conclude that y plus 9 is equal to 0, comma, then y minus 3 is equal to 0. So these are the two possibilities from this equation. So these are the two equations now. Okay. Now you will solve these two equations to get the two values of y. So this 9 will go that side. It will be 0 minus 9. So that becomes y is equal to minus 9. Similarly, this is y is equal to 0 plus 3. So that gives you y is equal to 3, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So please, I mean, note this thing wrong. This is the correct way of writing. Okay, now come to third question, Rida.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. See, third question. Find AB is equal to AC. That is okay. Formula is okay. Now you're writing this thing, Rida, AB. Okay. Then 8 minus x whole square, you're writing like this, plus minus 2 whole square. Now what should I conclude from it, Rida? Where is the equal to sign? Okay, I should start from here. You are writing AB is equal to AC, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then you are writing this thing, that x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. That's it. And then this is the third step. These are the three steps you are writing. Okay. Now, what is this equal to, or what is this equal to? I mean, what is this you are writing? See, the formula is correct. I'm just telling you that your way of writing is not correct. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
This is the distance AB you are finding, right? So put AB is equal to this thing. Okay. This thing has to be equal to something, like you will get something from it, right? So that is your distance AB. And then if you are removing the square root in the next step, Rida, there is no square root, first of all. So either you write AB square or you write square root. So there's no square root in your step, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible? Am I
Yes, ma'am.
okay? Sorry, I lost my connection. Okay. See, Rida, your concepts are clear, but there is only mistake in your way of writing. So I just want to make things clear, okay? So that you don't repeat it. Okay, that is gone now. Anyway, so third question we were discussing. So, okay, so that's the mistake, right? You have to put in square root. Your square root is not there. And also, Rida, you are putting the bracket like this, 8 minus x square and then bracket. So this is wrong. It should be 8 minus x and then whole square, isn't it? x2 minus x1 whole
Yes,
square.
ma'am.
Yeah, be careful, please. Okay, then, okay. After this step, Rita, you are getting, let's say AB is equal to under root 64. Okay, let me write it complete. Okay, under root, right? So this should be, if you open this bracket, it should be 64, then plus x square and minus 2 into 8 is 16x, right? A minus b whole square, and plus minus 2. Okay, sorry, you have written it like this, not like this. So you're writing like minus 2 minus 2. Fine, that is minus 4 whole square. So that becomes your 16. Okay, now after this, Rida, okay, there's no equal to sign, there's nothing. Then you are writing 64 minus of 16x and plus x square. Now what is this equal to? This is actually equal to E, isn't it? Yes, Rida? This is
Yes,
AB you
ma'am.
are finding out, right? And also the calculation are wrong. I mean, 64 has to be added with 16 And then, okay, in the next step, you are writing, okay, let me just first write as you are writing. And then you are doing 64 minus of 4 is equal to 60. So where is the x here? Where your x has gone? And how can you take this thing on the other side of the equation? I mean, you don't have it equal to 0. This is actually AB, right? You don't have a 0. So you cannot take things on the other side of the equation. This is not equation actually. This is length AB. Fine, Rida?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, this is not the way of writing. You will not get any marks in exam. Similarly, AC when you are finding Rida. Now look at the last step. Okay, if I say that AC is equal to, let's say your last step, that is minus 4 plus 16x, right? And then you are writing 12x is equal to 60. Now from where you have got it? Okay, if I assume that this is your 60, so can you like minus 4 plus, this is x and this is just a number. So can you subtract 16 minus 4 to get 12? No. If you have minus of 4x and plus 16 of x, then you will get 12 of x. This is just minus 4. You cannot subtract it from 16. It will remain minus 4 plus 16x. That's it. So the calculations are wrong. Only the approach is fine, that AB is equal to AC. You are equating the two distances, but it's wrong. You have to do it again. Okay.
Okay.
Now fourth question. Yeah, fourth question again, Rida. Yeah, I'll take just 5 more minutes. So you are writing the step is that x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, right? Okay, now what is this equal to?
AB.
So you should put it something equal to, right? Okay. Now fourth question was, let me see. Now you have to assume a point on the y-axis first of all. Now in the next step you are doing this under root 4 square minus y minus 3 whole square. So where are the coordinates? You have not mentioned the coordinates anywhere. Like what? Fine. A is this 6 and 5. Okay. And B is minus 4 and 3. Fine. Now what is this you are doing here? You have to assume that let the point on the y-axis is some P, which is how do we take on the y-axis? That means x coordinate is 0. So 0 and y. And then you will write like 4 minus of 0 whole square, like that. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So from where you are getting this y? You have not mentioned your point. Fifth question. Fifth question. Okay, now come to question. You are finding AB square is equal to 25. But you were supposed to find her in the fifth question. Let me check. Okay, so this is the square of the side you are getting. So you have to take the under root also, Rida. You cannot leave it like so. AB has to be like 5, right? 5 units. So you cannot leave the side in squares. You have to find your sides. Every side you are finding like BC square and then AC square. You have to find BC from here, correct? I mean, you have to take the under root. Okay. Okay, rest is fine. Now, sixth question is also fine, Rida, but whenever you find length, for example, under root 53, if you don't know the units, you write units, okay? Because this is length always. Now, is Yes, Rida, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Eighth question also, Rida, like you are not mentioning formula anywhere. For example, you are writing point Q directly as 12 plus 3 is equal to 5. Now, how you are getting this 12 plus 3 is equal to 5? Will you not write it like this, that Qx coordinate is actually equal to your x2 plus n x1 divided by m plus n, and then you will write like 2 into 6, right? Plus 3 into 1 and divided by 2 plus 3, and that will give you 12 plus 3 divided by 5. So where are all the steps, Rida? You're directly writing this thing. How can you write without the formula? So today you will do all questions again, okay, properly, very step by step, using all the formula very clearly, and you will send me the pictures again. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
See, your concept is correct, but you will lose marks this way if you will not write the things properly. I just want you to improve on your way of writing. So please solve all the questions again, stepwise, not in a hurry, and then send me again whenever you get time. Yes, Hamna, can you hear me now? Okay, Harsha, are you here? Hamna, please unmute yourself. Yes, Hamna, please unmute yourself if you can. Anyway, I'm just quickly discussing, Hamna, if you can hear me. Only in fifth question, Hamna, you were supposed to show isosceles right triangle, right? So your mistake is that you have shown that it is an isosceles triangle, that the two sides are equal, but not the right triangle. So basically you have to show that the hypotenuse square is equal to the sum of the other sides. So that way it will be a isosceles right triangle. Got it? And also in the seventh question, Hamna, you are writing x is equal to 18 by 9, and then y is equal to minus of 27 by 9. That's it. Not even solving it further. So this will give you actually x is equal to 2 and y is equal to minus of 3, right? You are not writing this step. And then the point is 2 and 3. You should get a minus 3 first of all, not 3. So that's a little mistake. And eighth question you have not done complete. I have not received the picture of eighth question. So this was a discussion of your test. I'll give you marks, you will receive it. Now let us come to the chapter quadratic equation you were asking me.
Ma'am, the last question of exercise 8.4 in trigonometry, can you explain that?
Last full question or last part?
Ma'am, the last part.
Okay, just a minute. Yeah, I just gave it in the homework, I remember. Okay, wait. 10th one. This is 1 plus 10 square a and divided by 1 plus cot square a equal to 1 minus tan a divided by 1 minus cot a whole square. This is equal to tan square of a. So I suppose we need to simplify the two parts here, right? Let us solve the brackets. Let's take the first bracket, right? So I take this 1 plus tan square a and divided by 1 plus cot square a, correct? So this is direct identity. 1 plus tan square a is sec square a, and then divided by 1 plus cot square a is cosec square a, isn't it? Now you convert it into sine and cos. So sec square a becomes 1 upon cos square a, and then cosec square a becomes 1 upon sine square a, right? So that becomes your sine square A upon cos square A. That is your tan square A. So, I mean, the first bracket is coming out to be tan square A. And then second, you can simplify 1 minus A divided by 1 minus cot A whole square. So this time you have whole square, A minus B whole square. So you will do A square minus B square minus 2AB that way. Okay, 1 plus tan square A minus 2 tan A, right? Divided by 1 cot square A minus 2 A, correct? Now 1 plus tan square A, I can use sec square A minus 2 tan A. I think it would be better if we directly convert it and call that the first step. Anyway, I'll do it now. 1 plus cot square A is cosec square A minus 2 cot A, right? Yeah, am I audible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you convert it into sine and cos. Let's see. It comes out. Cos square A minus 2 into sine A by cos A. And then divided by 1 upon sine square A minus 2 into cos A by sine A, right? Okay, that becomes, now take LCM. So LCM will be cos square A. So 1 minus 2 sine A cos A, right? And then divided by LCM will be sine square A. It will be 1 minus 2, yes, sine A into cos A, right? Okay, so if you just simplify this like fraction by fraction, so it will become 1 minus 2 sine A into cos A multiplied by sine square A, correct? And then divided by, now these inner things will be multiplied together. They will come out in the denominator. So again, cos square A into this 1 minus 2 sine A cos A, right? Now this bracket, whole bracket will cancel out. So you are left with sine square A divided by cos square A, and that becomes your tan square A. So you can just summarize the result. I mean, you can give it some number. Let's say this is 1 and this is your equation 2. So from 1 and 2, you can conclude that this whole expression, whichever is given, that tan square A and something something is equal to this and is equal to tan square A. So that's how you can conclude it.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, in
Rita.
such cases, we can't add LHS and RHS, right?
Yeah, there are no, I mean, when will you take LHS? You don't, right? There are 3 terms here. LHS and RHS, we say when we have some left hand side, something on the right hand side. But here we are equating 3 things. So we cannot call it LHS and RHS.
Okay, ma'am.
So instead of LHS, I'm writing the whole thing, right? LHS is just a name, just to like, otherwise I start like whatever is given, I'm starting from it and I'm concluding. That's it. Yes, Rida, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So have you done this question, Rida?
I'm doing it right now.
Okay. Hamna, can you hear me? See, I have a little bit of weak connection, so it might I might lose it in between. So just stay connected, please. Okay, fine, Hamna. Right. I think you have written, all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so quadratic equation, it's a small chapter. We have not done it, so I just thought we can quickly take it again. I mean, you people have done it, but anyway, let's have a revision sort of quadratic equation, right? Okay. Now you have already learned about quadratic polynomials. Polynomials I have done, right? So for example, 2x square, or I write the general form. What is a quadratic polynomial? This is the general form, ax square plus bx plus c, right? It's a polynomial. Quadratic means the highest degree of x is 2, and the condition is that a is not equal to 0, otherwise it will not remain quadratic. Now if I equate this quadratic polynomial to something like 0, so that becomes an equation, right? There's an equal to sign, I'm equating it to something, so I call it equation, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the general form of a quadratic equation is this: ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. That is quadratic equation. So first exercise of NCRT, if you go, the first question is exercise 4.1, that check whether the following are quadratic equations. So first part, x plus 1 whole square is equal to 2 into x minus 3. So ultimately you have to see that whether this is you can write it in this form, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, the general form. So you have to simplify, bring all the x terms on the left hand side and see what you are getting. That's it. So it's a plus b whole square. That means a square plus b square plus 2ab. This is equal to 2x minus 6. So that becomes x square plus 1 plus 2x, and then minus of 2x and plus of 6 is equal to 0. So 2x will get cancelled out. So x square plus 7 is equal to 0. Is this a quadratic equation? Yes, it is. Your b is 0, right? The only condition is that the coefficient of x square should not be equal to 0. So here your a is 1. That means you have your x square. So it is actually x square plus 0x plus 7 is equal to 0. So this is of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So it's a quadratic equation, right? So shall we solve all the exercises?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, Rida, what do you say?
Yes, ma'am.
So shall we solve all the questions?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, right. Quickly we can do it. It's easy. Second part, you have x square minus of 2x is equal to minus of 2 into 3 minus of x, right? So just multiply, open the bracket and everything. That's simple calculations you can do. X square minus of
Ma'am,
2x is...
maybe you can do as homework.
Okay, let me complete this one, then others I'll give you in the homework. So just open the bracket. This is minus 2 into 3 is 6, and then minus minus plus 2x, right? So that becomes x square minus 2x, then minus of 2x and plus of 6 is equal to 0. So x square minus of 4x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now this is again coming out to be of the form ax square plus bx plus c, and therefore this is a quadratic equation. So I think the first question you can do easily, correct?
Yes.
Let us come to second question now. So these are word problems. So basically, you have to formulate the equations and then you can solve it with any of the methods. So methods of solving we will be coming later. Represent the following situations in the form of quadratic equation. That's it. So area of a rectangular plot is this, right? Area is given, that is 528 meters square. The length of the plot is one more than twice its breadth. So he's talking about length. So the other thing you can assume. So let the breadth is X. Sorry, B-R-E-A. What is the spelling? B-R-E-A-D-T-H, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is X and meters. He's saying in meters, right? So if your breadth is X meters, then the length becomes, now you read the sentence again. The length is one more than, right? Twice its breadth. So if you take twice of breadth, then one more. This is your length, 2x plus 1, right? Now you know that area is equal to length into breadth. So area is given, that is 528 meters square is equal to 2x plus 1 meter into x meter. So ultimately meter square will get cancelled out from both the sides. So you get 528 is equal to, now you multiply this x. So 2x square and plus x, correct? Now you take this 528 on the other side. So 0 is equal to 2x square plus x and minus of 528. So that becomes your quadratic equation. So at this stage, you don't have to solve it. If it is given that find the length and breadth, then you have to solve the quadratic equation also. All right. Yes, Rida, written.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next, second part. The product of two consecutive positive integers is this. So two consecutive integers you have to take. So assume the first one. Let the first integer is positive integer is x or k, whatever you want to take, x. So consecutive means just the next one. Okay. So the next integer becomes x plus 1, correct? Consecutive means just immediately the next one. Okay. And product is given. So x into x plus 1, this is given 306. So you multiply x square plus x is equal to 306 and x square plus x minus 306 is equal to 0 is the required quadratic equation. Third part. So Rohan's mother is 26 older than him. See, he's talking about mother, so you have to assume the age of Rohan. Okay, so let Rohan be X years old. Oh, present age. Okay, let the present age, always assume the present age. Present age of Rohan be X years, right? Okay, Rohan's mother is 26 years older than him. So present age of mother, what will be the present age of mother?
X plus 26.
Yes. Present age of mother is X plus 26 years, right? Now, product of their ages 3 years from now. That means after 3 years. After 3 years, what will happen? The product of their ages. Okay, let us write age of Rohan. After 3 years, age of Rohan will be X plus 3, right? And age of mother will be, so present is X plus 26 and then plus 3. So ultimately X plus 29 years, correct? Now what will happen? The product of their ages will be 360. So X plus 3 into x plus 29 will be 360. So you can just open the bracket and you will get the required quadratic equation, correct? We would like to find Rohan's present age. So for that, you have to solve the quadratic equation. So that we will do in the next exercise, how to solve it. Next part.
Ma'am, we don't have to bring it to the general form.
Yes, obviously. I mean, I'm leaving it for you. So multiply it like x square plus 29x
Okay, ma'am.
plus 3x plus then 3 into 9 is 27, carry 2, 6, 7, 87 is equal to 360. Then you get x square plus 29 plus 3 is 32x, and then minus, how much is 360 minus 87? So 10 minus 7, 3. Then you have 17 minus x now 93, right? Minus 93 is equal to 0. That's the required quadratic equation. Please check the calculation. No, it should be no, not 93. 293.
273.
273. Yes, some mistake is there. Okay, sorry. So that's the equation. Right? Next part. Fourth. Now, a train travels a distance of 480 kilometer at a uniform speed, right? So the total distance basically is 480, right? 480 total distance. 480 kilometers at a uniform speed. Uniform speed means throughout the journey, the speed remains same. If the speed had been 8 kilometer per hour less, so that means uh, he's talking about speed. So you have to assume the speed of the train. So let the speed of the train is x. Is x kilometer per hour, right? Because he's talking in hours and kilometers in the question, so it's kilometer per hour. Right? So we know distance and we know speed, so we can find out time. How much time is taken by the train? Time is distance upon speed, that you know. So distance covered is 480 kilometer, right? And then speed is x kilometer per hour. So kilometer will be cancelled out, and then 1 upon x hour is the time taken, correct? Sorry, not 1 upon 480. 480 is there. 480 by x hour. Correct, Harsha? Rida, yes, so far? Any problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
No
Now,
problem, ma'am.
yeah, okay. Now read. If the speed had been 8 kilometer less, so there is a change in speed now. What is the new speed? New speed is 8 kilometer less. That means, sorry, that means x minus 8 kilometer per hour is the new speed, right? Okay. Now distance will remain same. There is no change will in the distance, so the time taken will vary. You can call it new time. New time, no, new time doesn't sound good. Okay, no problem. New time, you can say. Is the distance is again 480 kilometer, and now the new speed is x minus of 8 kilometer per hour. So kilometer cancel out. So 480 divided by x minus 8 hour is the time taken now. Now, what is the question saying? If the speed had been 8 km less, then it would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance. That means the new time is 3 hours more than the previous time. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
He's taken 3 more hours. That means if you subtract this thing, like new time minus your old time, whatever, it's a very bad terminology, but anyway, new time minus old time should be equal to 3 hours. So 480 divided by x minus of 8, and then minus 480 divided by x. So you should get 3. So that is, or you can say, like, according to question, we can write 80q. This is happening here. Now you can just simplify your simple calculation. Have fractions, you have to take LCM, that's it. So x minus of 8 into x. So that becomes 480x minus 480 into x minus of 8 is equal to 3, right? Okay, so let us solve it here. So I have 480x minus, now open the bracket. So 480x minus plus 480 into 8, 0, 8 into 8, 64, 4, then carry 6. 4 into 8 is how much? 4 into 8 is 32, right?
32,
And then plus 6, it becomes 30,
38.
38. So 3840. And then is equal to, now this 3 will be multiplied here. 3 into x minus of 8 into x, correct? Okay, I think 480x will cancel out. So I only have 3840 is equal to, now, okay, just multiply 3. So 3x minus 3 into 8 is again 24 into x. So 3840 is equal to 3x square minus 24x. So you can keep everything on one side. So 0 is equal to 3x square minus of 24x and minus 3840. That's the required quadratic equation. Or if you common, so 3840 is a multiple of 3. You can check, I think 3 into 1, then 3 into,
1280.
okay, yeah, 1280. So you can take 3 common. So you will get x square minus 3 into 8 is 24. So 8x minus 1280. So this is the required quadratic equation. Yes, now any problem?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So next we come to, so this is how we formulate quadratic equation. Now next exercise we will learn how to solve quadratic equation, right? Now for solving we have different methods. One is called the method of factorization. So this is the method of factorization, Rida, which I was discussing, that if you have something like this, x plus 9 into x minus of 3 is equal to 0. So ultimately we reduce our quadratic equation into two linear factors. This is a linear factor, right? The power of x is 1. This is another linear factor. The power of x is 1 here. So the quadratic equation, we try reduce it into multiple of two linear factors, and then we equate every factor is equal to 0, and then we get two values of x, right? That is called the method of factorization, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So another method is called method of completion of square. Method of completion of square, or this is called quadratic formula. This is not in your syllabus this time, but anyway, we can touch upon it briefly. So factorization method, and then the quadratic formula, which is also called the completion of square method. Yeah, these are the two methods. Now, what is method of factorization? So let's take some questions and then we will see. For example, exercise 4.2, if I take first question, first part. So x square minus of 3x minus of 10 is equal to 0. So how do we factorize it? So we take this term, okay, and then we take the coefficient of x, we multiply it. So 10 into 1 is how much? 10. Don't look at the plus and minus sign right now, only numbers. So 10 into 1 is 10. Now you do prime factorization of 10. So 2 into 5 and 5 into 1. Now you have to take the combinations of these prime factors such that on adding them or subtracting them, you should get minus of 3x, which is your middle term, correct? This is called splitting of the middle term. So if I take 5 minus 2, I get 3, correct? Harsha?
Yes, ma'am.
But I want to get minus of 3. So I will take like minus of 5 and then plus of 2. This will give me minus of 3. Yes, Rida? Minus of 5 and plus of 2 will give me minus of 3. The numbers have to be this 2 and 5, and then you have to arrange it. So I'll write it x square, then minus 3 I'll write minus of 5x and plus of 2x. So ultimately I'll get minus of 3x. And if I multiply this, now the numbers should be that on adding or subtracting them, you should get the middle term. And on multiplying them, you should get the this whatever you have here. So like if you multiply minus of 5x into 2x, so you are getting minus of 10x, which is right, okay? 10x square, I'm sorry. So if you multiply the first term, now see the first term is x square and the last term is minus of 10. So you are getting minus of 10 square, correct? So you have to take your factors. Now please look here again. You have to take your factors like that. If you add them, you should get the middle term, correct? And if you multiply them, it should be equal to the product of first and last term. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Rida, any confusion here?
No confusion, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm taking it minus 5 plus 2x and then minus 10 is equal to 0. Now from the first two terms, I can take x common. So x minus 5 plus I can take 2 common. So x minus of 10 is equal to 0. So x minus of 5 and x minus of 10 is equal to 0. And the same thing again, Rida, now please note. So x minus of 5 is equal to 0 and, or you can put a comma or you can write and, x minus of 10 is equal to 0. So ultimately I'm breaking my quadratic equation into two linear equations. Got it? Okay, now I have two linear equations. So x is equal to 5 from here and my x is equal to 10 from here. So that is how we solve. Anyway, you have already done this, but this is what the method of factorization is. So I'm not going to do all the parts. Now you know the method. If you want me to solve any part, you can tell me. Yes, Harsha, any confusion in any of the part if you want me
No,
to solve?
ma'am.
Fine. So question number 1, you can complete. So shall we do question number 2 now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Question number 2, solve the following situations mathematically. So John and Jivanti together have 45 marbles. Both of them lost 5 marble each and the product. Oh, okay. So you assume like for example, John is having X marble or Jivanti is having X marble. One of them you can assume. Okay. So let John has has X marbles. Correct. Then Jivanti has how many?
45 minus 6.
Exactly. So the total marbles are 45. So the remaining 45 minus X will be with Jivanti. So these are the marbles they are having. Both of them lost 5 marbles each. Okay. and the product of the number of marbles they now have is 124. So they have lost 5 marbles. So x minus of 5, right? And then 45 minus of x and minus of 5. Now this product is now how much? 124. This is like according to question. Got it? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So now this rest is all mathematical calculation. That's it. So now your situation has been formed mathematically. You have to simplify it now. So x minus of 5, and then that becomes 40 minus x now. You open the bracket. So 40x minus of x square minus 5 into 4 is 20. Then minus minus plus 5x is equal to 124. So you have minus of x square for plus 45x, and then minus of 200. I can bring this minus 124 here. So minus of x square plus 45 of x, then minus plus, right? So it will be 424, right? No, 4 or 324 is equal to 0.
324.
Sorry, with a minus sign, both are minus. So I can do one thing here. I can take minus common first of all. X square minus of 45 of x and plus 324, right? This is of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So that's my quadratic equation. Now I want to solve it with the help of factorization method, or splitting of the middle term. So 324 into 1 is 324. I am just prime factorization, 2 prime factorization, sorry, 324. So it's an even number. You can start with 2. So 2 into 1, 12, then 6 and 2. Again, even number. So 2 into 8 and 1. Now 9 into 9. No, or I should do it with 3. 3 into 2 is 6, and then 7, 27, right? Then 3 into 9. Then 3 into 3 and 3 into 1. So this is my prime factorization of 324. Okay, now I want to get minus of 45x. I have to take combinations like that. So 2 into 2, 4 into 3, 12 into 3. No, 3 into 3 is...
Ma'am, it said just represent the situations mathematically. So do we need to find the answer?
It's written that we would like to find out how many marbles they had to start with. So that means x you have to find.
Okay.
See, ultimately we are learning how to solve the equation. If it is asked in the exam, then you solve it. If it is not asked, you don't solve it. But my purpose right here is to learn how to solve, right?
Okay.
So let us solve it. Okay. So minus of 45, if I take 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 3, 12, 12 into 3, 36. 36 and 9, right? If I take combination like this, 36 plus 9 is 45, right, Rita? So I can take this combination, 36 and 9. So I'll write it, x square minus of 36x minus of 9x and plus 320, because 45x. So I'll take both minus. Now you take x common, so x minus of 36. Now you can take minus of 9 common, so x minus of 36. See, ultimately you will get 36 here because you are splitting it into, this is 9 and this is 36. So out of 324, when you are taking 9 outside, so ultimately you are left with 36, right? So you don't have to check it. You don't have to divide it by 9 and check it. Getting the point?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Harsha, getting it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Rida, any problem here? Yeah, this 36, I mean, you don't have to divide 324 and check again, because ultimately I know that I have splitted my 324 into 36 and 9. So 36 into 9 is ultimately 324. So if I'm taking 9 outside, I'll be left with 36 here. Now x minus of 36, the whole bracket I can take common. X minus of 9 is equal to 0. And again, you equate them to 0. So x is minus 36 is equal to 0. That gives you x is equal to 36. And x minus 9 is equal to 0. That gives you x is equal to 9. So both possibilities are there. So x is equal to 36 or x is equal to 9. Right? So either John will have 36 marbles, so then Jivanti will have how many? 9. And then if John has 9 marbles, Jivanti will be having 36. So any combination will work here. So I think about nature of roots we can discuss in the next class. I'll just finish this chapter, okay? All right, Harsha.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So I think I want to take a test of trigonometry on Saturday. Yeah, is it not? Okay, she has left, I think. So let's have a test of trigonometry on Saturday, right? I'll just text the other people.
Okay, ma'am.
A small, so just please prepare your chapter. You have just done it, so it will be easier to prepare.